Hello and welcome. Yig here. Today we are looking at Mirror of Heaven. This is a game that came out a week or so ago. Unfortunately, my AC situation has prevented me from getting to a lot of the games that I meant to get to in time. So there'll be a lot of content this week, but still, AC problems. All right, one thing about this is this game has some bugs. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that from the beginning. As you can see up here, if you read this, if you pause and read this, it's a note. They acknowledge that they've got some bugs going on and they are going to fix them, and that there's optimizations happening and things like that. Because there is a bug after you play first. In my case, it takes about 4 hours, but after about 4 hours, it starts getting really laggy and very weird, and things start happening that shouldn't happen. So, the game itself, fantastic in my opinion, and I will show you what I mean. We're gonna do a run today. Basically, we'll do probably a full run from the first area, or about 20 minutes or so, 20-25 minutes, depending on what's lower. All right. So the best way I can describe this game is my sword collection. Honestly, it's a giant sword collector for me. It's great. I love the gameplay because of how it is. So, one real quick, if you like the gameplay you see here, I'll have a link to the Steam page in the description if you want to pick that up for yourself. I think it does have a demo too. So if you just wanted to try it, now I know the demo itself is buggy too. So there's some bugs in there. They're fixing them. They're working on. There's translation problems. They're working on that too. I'm pretty sure they said they're working on all of that stuff. So, if you want to help the channel out, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Now, let's go take a look at what I'm talking about. Now, this particular sword, you don't actually use the sword on your back. Instead, you ride the sword and you shoot out flying swords. Now, if you've seen, like, Chinese media, this type of thing is not going to be unfamiliar to you. Over here, we have a lady. She's got all of our internal key points, which we need to open up. That is our meta progression. It contains a lot of your usual stuff like energy increases and damage increases, defense increases, and all, the general, that kind of stuff, so that you can do your normal progression stuff. I've done a little bit, not a huge amount, because we're going to go over here for a moment. This nice lady lets us equip up to 2 starting spells from, I believe they're called, I can't remember what they're actually called. I can't remember what the name of it was. It's like Transcendence, but basically they're like kind of your active abilities or passive abilities. I tend to equip the same 2 passive abilities depending on what I'm running. I'll just go ahead and keep those for now. But most of these are active skills where you do something and they do something. And over here we have a guide. Now this nice person here that we've avoided talking to is going to show you the thing. So here's one of our swords. Now I'm going to show you the starter sword real quick. Starter sword looks like this. And it's not a bad sword. It's a cool sword, and it works really well. And you could literally beat the game with it, no problem, first time, if you're good and you get some good draws. This is what I'm saying when I say it's like my sword collection. I am channeling my inner Thunderbolt fantasy here. I have my roll of swords. So, if you haven't seen Thunderbolt Fantasy, I apologize. You should. It's great, as long as you can deal with puppets. Now, each of these you unlock. There's a few you can unlock in the beginning, and it's and they're fairly cheap. They go up in price as you go. So right now, I need 4,000 of our little currency here to continue to unlock some of these other ones, and there are some cool ones. So what I want to show you real quick before we start, and I do apologize that it's going to take a little bit to start, but I want to show you. When I say they're different, I mean they're different. So we're going to try Tai Chi group here. Now check this sword out. Looks the same. Except now we have a nice wave there. Okay, so that one, we're still in fairly normal sword land here. Here's another one that's still fairly normal. Each of these swords has a very distinctly different play style. I can only show you the ones I have unlocked at the moment. There are a few swords that are fairly basic in their combos, in the sense that they're more sword-like than other ones. But each one has its own feel, has its own combo, it has its own abilities. This one's fantastic. There's constant stars falling from the sky around you on this one. This one's probably one of my favorite. This is one of the ones that I played with yesterday, and it was like it's a beam weapon. Each click does that, and it channels for that long time. And it's amazing. It's so usable, too, and so different because when you're looking at the gameplay, you're going to be like, how would that even be usable? Like, that's so slow. This one, you can do explosions, or you have a attack. Each of these swords has such a different play style that it can be just an absolutely amazing... Nope, I didn't show this one already. See what I mean? Like, each of these has such a different play style that you have a ton of replay value right there. And I've put in not a huge amount of time. I've probably put in about 6 or 8 hours of play so far, and it's fun. It is super fun. And we're gonna go with, I think this is the one I wanted to use. Yeah, just because, oh, I love her. So we are gonna hope. I'm going to leave what I got there. I got a little C. So each of these levels, I haven't beat this one yet. I actually need to continue beating these, but I need to invest a little bit in the tree rather than just spend all my money, all my time getting it perfect. And the gameplay starts out in this sort of mostly just hold combo. Sometimes, as I noticed, some of the weapons have a hold combo, some of the weapons have a tap that differs, and some of them go. There are passive skills and active skills. Active skills are the ones I was talking about, and we will grab this one here. This one does not have... I'm going to move these over to the C key, because I tend to use the mouse controls on the side of my mouse. This one is an active, so now we can throw out that thing, and it will go ahead and come back for us. Now, you have... If you've ever played, like... Dead Cells has it. Hades, this sort of door system where you can see what's in each one. So we'll just go over to this one. I have, as I mentioned, I like to collect. Oh yeah, we'll go with that. I like to collect swords in this game. So for the most part, what I do most of the time is I go for the swords. I go for the swords and I go for the meta currency. All right. Okay. Sometimes you get rooms that are like each room is its own little different set of things. Now, the passive that I actually have, one of them is amazing with that sword that I was showing you. So, that sword that does the little beam also has a feature where it just launches flying swords again. So, this thing gives you hit points back for launching flying swords. It was oh man, it makes for some great runs. Just absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna re-roll. This is one of the things that I will say you're gonna have to tolerate a little bit. Some of these translations are super rough, and some things are just not translated. That did not give me what I was hoping for, but I think we go with that one. What is the name? Oh, very nice. Okay, so that's a good combo there for... Okay, so if we wanted our flying swords up, which we will... Oh, give me just one moment. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I have to go adjust my whole AC setup right now. For the moment, we will be grabbing those. One of the things that's interesting in this game is you kind of want to stack. Aha, we are going for swords. Now, books are like... They can be like talents and a lot of different things. But we go for the weapons most of the time. All right. Luck. Training time decreased. Let's go training time decreased. All right. So, the grenaders, the one thing, probably one of the hardest things in this game to get used to in the beginning is that there's not really great hit feedback. That actually heals us, which is nice. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, so... I don't think I've had that one before. Yeah, I think we're keeping it. Now, when you get these swords, to actually get them in your library so that you can unlock them and get the entries for them, this one gives you a reward, but it seems to be kind of either or of these. So I haven't figured out exactly how to get the most of this. We're going to go for swords again because we like swords. I go for swords too much. Sometimes there are some ones that I think are bugged out and they just don't have a description. Hopefully that's going to get fixed pretty quick. I jokingly take those every time, so I will be doing this. Probably one of the slightly harder parts is there's not a lot of feedback on getting hit. And that can kind of mess you up at times. because sometimes you'll get rooms that have the projectiles. God, this thing is murdering them. Yeah, you can get ones that have just like an absurd amount of projectiles, and sometimes it can be hard to figure out. Like, hey, what just killed me? Hey guys, not that one. Oh, we got some life back. Ooh, let's see what this one does. Ooh, man, that's tough. I haven't seen. I've seen this one once, but I've never actually used it. You have a thing. Yeah. Do we want that, or do we want this joint hammer? Oh, hammer attacks. Nothing's brewing. Oh, that's tough. You know what? We're gonna. There we go. Oh, that was added. That was one of the swords I'm missing. Yes. Yay! We've already won the game. Let's go get some loot. We have collected another sword. This one is just straight hit points. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but this actually gives you 30 hit points every single time you level up when you do that. And so you're going to put like a lot of hit points. Yeah. But these training sessions and a lot of this stuff actually carries over. So it's kind of interesting. There's some really neat stuff going on in this game, and they've said that their intention is like I said, to fix those bugs and get that stuff. To get that stuff done, so that this is also the first game. That's one thing I noted in their apology was what though they were expressly like, hey, we didn't see this coming, and I can understand that. Enter one special room to increase the rank when hit points greater than 90%. Let's go with that one. This is a game where I've had a lot of luck. All right, do we want the manual, the technique manual, or do we want... Ooh, let's go talk to this guy. Yeah, I'll contribute blood. I don't know why I feel like I'm banking blood in this thing. All right, let's go for swords. There's also a percentage when you see some of these. This one's number of deaths increased, and that's actually a bug that it's not showing up there. It should be showing up. We're gonna grab offensive. There's different categories of damage, and then there's different multipliers that can affect the same damage in different ways. So in this case, is one thing I will let you know is if you do normal attack damage, that will affect all of your little swings here. And if you do just plain damage, it's going to affect all your swings here. So the two multipliers will multiply each other. So you kind of want to branch out a little bit. Ooh. This is one of those swords that I do not have unlocked yet, but I do have. This is the one. Oh, yeah, that was the... All right. So, okay. Let's go with the win. So you'll see, like, my percentage gets upgraded. There we go. From 3.4 to 4. So that's basically, I don't know what that percentage actually does exactly. Now, there's an interesting thing about this, that some of these areas have interactables or people that you can interact with, and there'll be little mazes and trips through different things that can kind of get you to the way you unlock some stuff is very cool. You find these items and treasure chests, and the treasure chests have little parts of the level are involved in how you unlock them. All right, let's see here. Well, I'm going to go with third class here. Oh. I feel like this boss feels so much like a DPS check. And I know we just like destroyed it fast, but that's partially because I have a bunch of upgrades and this is the weakest level. Oh, let's see. Increase damage by 10% when there's a buff. That's always good. Damage dealt to units with debuffs increased by 10%. After 20... Okay, let's go with the Phenomenon Stone. All right, yeah. See, that one didn't tell us what it was. And that is one of those things. Like, if that's a deal breaker for you, you should do pay attention. Like, if that's going to bother you enough and it's a deal breaker, probably wait a little bit on this. They're working on it, but... if like the occasional mistranslation or bad translation or just missing text, it does get a little annoying at times, especially whatever that particular one is, because I don't even know what it is. But the gameplay itself is so good. Shop. Now I've upgraded you start out with 3 of these, so some of the stuff gives you more elixirs, and there's a lot of upgrades over the course of the whole game. This is so these are items, and these are basically going to be like these things. So when releasing continuously, you can get 1% energy flow, which can be stacked 20 times, and it upgrades by casting itself 285. That's not bad. That's tempting for the percentage, but we're not going to worry about that. What do we got here? The ghost one's actually kind of cool, but since we have the swords, I'd like to, let's go ahead and use it. Grab that. There we go. Since we have the swords thing, I'm gonna hope that we get a ow. There we go. Oh no. Ooh. He's got a couple of different attack patterns. Okay, yeah. I've actually got quite a bit of power up. I think I'm about 40% extra damage right now during the whole playthrough. So it's like I'm already at a crazy high amount of damage. 15% attack power. Plus we've been stacking every damage thing we can get our hands on. So quickly swing 5 swords, transform into phantom dash. Go ahead and re-roll those. Quickly roll forward. Oh, ice wasting array. Okay, active skill. Array. Okay, let's. I don't think I've ever had this one, so we're gonna try that one. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, that's cool looking. Nice. I like it. Like it. All right. Yeah, even one of the boss rooms had an area that I was able to like activate a wheel. Okay, we still haven't got any flying objects, but hit point acquisition is actually pretty nice because you can actually pump up the amount of these spiders actually like hit you super fast. It's kind of funny how fast they actually get. Oh, nice! That did actually pretty good. Hey, if we do this right, we might have with more life than we lose. That'd be great. Yeah, see, they can hit you pretty easily, and you could honestly dodge better than I do, and like stay out of every way. Okay, here we go. Flying swords. There we go. That'll help heal us because of our passive that we have there. Now we probably go with a little protective. We've got a manual. We've got loot. Like an item, I should say. And we're going for the swords. We always get the swords. Swords. More damage reduction. Damage reduction in this game is kind of... It's... I have runs where I need it, like, super bad. It'll help out in every run, but if you're, like, way ahead of the curve in damage, a lot of the time you can just kind of stay with the damage. That's the cultivation right there. And it is upgraded. Oh, wait. Is ours upgraded or is that one upgraded? Oh, ours is the blue. Okay, so that's why we're already starting off with that. There we go. Ooh, and we just added that one. Yeah. Man, I didn't even know I thought I was only missing one. Do I go for yet more swords? Of course we do. Always with sword. Now we have flying objects, so we can increase that damage. And then when we use that, those flying objects will actually start to heal us. There's another one that is just like a forward blast of flying swords, which just absolutely destroys. It's great. Oh yeah, something to pay attention for as you're playing, and I'll show you that in just 1 second. Which one are you? Okay, you're the flying sword. So this one, you know what? Let's take that. I'll show you that one because Heaven's a really good sword, but I want to show you this one quick. Okay, see now this chest. Now when you see some enemies just sort of staring at a wall, oftentimes there's an opening around there that'll give you a discovery for a new item that you don't have, and that makes things real cool. Let's go get ourselves a manual. technique manual, see if we can get ourselves some more flying swords. Now, at this point, because we have our upgrade. Now, all of those damage, the ones that just said normal attacks and damage, they're all affecting this, but now all the flying daggers upgrade is also affecting this. And as you noticed, because of our passive that I have equipped of one of the skills by default right now, we also get healed for about every 5th or 6th one of these things that we shoot off. So, oh yeah, there we go. 3 more flying swords. All right, so let's take and swap those 2. So we have 4 points. Yeah, so there we go. So we'll be chucking flying swords. Yeah, see, like there's a smaller chest in here now, and it contains money. Oh, that's cool. So if you do know they're there, they see sometimes they seem to have other stuff in them. Nice. That's good to know. Why, hello, prisoner man. I'm not making pills out of people. All right, you get out of here. The wooden box is empty. There's one guy who's like a gambler, and that guy's stuff has never been worth my time. All right, let's increase our flying sword damage here. And that is actually a pretty good size increase. Yeah, so as you can see, like, as you go, you focus on, like, a variety of different damage types so that they stack multiplicatively. Like, if I'm adding more flying sword damage at this point, it's gonna give me like a smaller upgrade than if I added something like all damage that I don't already have. Ooh. I was getting myself killed. All right, let's pick up our manual. That one's not terrible. Yin Yang Array. That one's also not terrible, but we'll go ahead and remove. I got pretty much the exact same thing. I don't think I've had this one, so we'll go ahead and grab that one. And then this, we'll go with mystery. Mystery option. Hopefully I can do it. I think this video probably end up being about, I'm guessing about 30 minutes long. We'll go ahead and up that damage over there. Go. See, yeah, start getting some chunky hits, and you can actually, like, on the early levels, you can kind of dunk on some bosses if you get lucky and kind of stack all the right stuff and you pack those, 1 or 2 good passives. Yep, there's something there. There we go. Damage taken and damage dealt increase. So here's one of the reasons that I was giving myself some damage down. Let's see how we get in here. Ah, there we go. Well, hey, weapon energy. It's like we got some good stuff there. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's one of the things I like. It really has a lot of different stuff in it, and they they want you to, you're playing. Let's go with attack effect. I don't know what it is, but we'll go. Right. I'm not sure. I believe. Oh, we'll stop right after this boss. There's one more boss in this level, but you know what? It got nice for you to get to experience at least one boss for yourself. They show me everything. See, if you look at, like, we are just healing ourselves, and in this case, this boss, he's super easy. Ow, with this one. He's super easy. He's gonna get hit right in my face. He's really pretty easy with this and the one that I showed you earlier, where do that, this, we're all filled up on that. Let's go ahead and throw that in there for him. Oops. Well, we were, until I got hit, we were ahead of the game in life. That's okay. This is just show off, like just the swords that we've seen, because I think I've changed 3 times. Just the swords that we've used have all been completely different playstyles. And it really does make each run feel differently. When increased damage, when taking damage, 20%. Okay, see, I want that one again. We're going to try and upgrade that one again. So this is probably, I'm going to guess this is about 25 minutes. I had to cut this in half, so I'm not real sure, but I know it's at least 20 minutes. So this has been Heaven's Mirror. Mirror of Heaven, sorry. It's so hot in my house. I'm so sorry, developers. This has been Mirror of Heaven. This is a very fun game. It has a lot of replay value. One thing I will note is, too, that you can return to the menu and it saves. When I go back in, I just go right back in where I was, which, if you don't have a huge amount of time, can make a game like this work really well. And I think it just resets that room. So that's not too bad. And you have a bunch of unlocks and stuff. Like I said, they've actually already said that there's some lag and bug problems and things. And this is their first game and they're working on it. So hopefully all of this stuff gets fixed. Anything that you didn't like. I personally find the game to be hugely fun. The replayability is great. And that's why I'm here showing it to you. So I hope you had a great time watching this video. And again, there will be a link to the Steam page for this game in the description. And I hope you have a great day.